Welcome back to the Sticky Art channel. If you're new here, my name is Justin, and in this video, I'm going to be comparing two Paperfeel matte screen protectors for the all-new 2021 iPad mini 6th generation. And I'm going to be comparing them to each other as well as the Paperlike brand name matte screen protector and figure out which one is truly best for artists, note takers, as well as gamers. I already went ahead and installed the Paperlike on my new iPad mini 6th generation. That's in another video on my channel if you want to check that out. I actually cut down the Paperlike from the 2020 iPad Pro 12.9-inch screen to fit on the iPad mini, and I was actually able to get two screen protectors out of the one. So if you do want to watch that video, that is up on my channel as well. So without any further ado, let's get into comparing these two Paperfeel matte screen protectors. First one up is from a company called Bersem, and then the other one, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but I believe it is Mobdik. And the first thing that I kind of thought was strange looking at these two is that the packaging on these looks almost eerily similar. There are some slight variations, like in the model number, we've got 71 versus last was 69. And the actual wording on everything was not the same, but kind of similar and just rearranged. And sure enough, on the bottom here, I noticed that there was a sales inquiry that's cs@paperfeel100.com on both of them. So I'm guessing that it's maybe the supplier, or maybe it's two companies and they just have two brand names. I'm not really sure, but I figured I'd go ahead and just test both of these out. So let's check out what's on the inside of these. And even the little peels on here were identical. So I am thinking that it is maybe a supplier thing, and it's possible they were the same. However, they were about the same price at around, I think, $10 or $11 for the pack. And on the Mobdik, you actually get 3 screen protectors versus the Bersem, you're going to get 2, similar to the Paperlike where you get 2 screen protectors. What they include in these packs also is like an installation pack. Pretty good setup. Looks like it's got a squeegee as well as the little pads to put the iPad on when you're doing install. And then this Paperfeel film kind of packet. And inside, got some what looks to be like alcohol wipes, as well as a microfiber, some stickers to place the actual screen protector when installing it. And this is overall pretty similar to the Paperlike. If you haven't seen my Paperlike full install or step-by-step how to install, definitely check that video out before installing any of the Paperlike or Paperfeel matte screen protectors. I show how to do it step-by-step and avoid getting any bubbles. But that being said, these little packs are really nice because they do have the little alcohol wipe. And I did check out the other one just to make sure, and both of them are identical other than the fact that the Bersem one has 2 in there for the 2 screen protectors, and the Mobdik has 3. I went ahead and checked out the installation video over on Amazon. It's almost an identical process to the Paperlike install. Installing any screen protector can be a challenge if you're in a dusty area, and one of my best tips is to actually install the matte screen protector or any screen protector in a bathroom after you've taken a warm shower. What this does is it makes the air particles a little bit harder to move around, and the dust actually doesn't float around as easily, and you're less likely to get those floaters that land on the screen last minute and get trapped in between the screen and the protector and cause those air bubbles. I like that they include extra dust removal stickers. These come in handy getting those last little particles of dust off the screen, and it also helps a lot to be in a well-lit area when installing the screen protectors. That way you can see any particles that get on the screen last minute and remove them. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But I believe we have all just witnessed the very first double simultaneous screen protector install on YouTube. I went ahead and came back with a plastic gift card and pressed out any of the air bubbles that I could. There were only a couple that actually had dust underneath the air bubble and they didn't completely come out. And that's going to be the same with all matte screen protectors or any screen protector in general. So it's really important to be in a dust-free environment if possible. And if you do it in the bathroom using the shower technique, you have a really good chance of getting a bubble-free install. Next, I removed the placement stickers. And doing this, you got to be careful not to pick up the screen protector, and I did pick it up in a couple places. I was able to squeegee that out as well before taking off the final protective film. Overall, I liked how this went down, and it was very similar, if not identical, to installing a Paperlike screen protector. And to test out the feel of the different screen protectors, I went ahead and replaced my Apple Pencil nib just to make sure that it's an even comparison. And whenever I install a new screen protector, I always make sure to check the Apple Pencil nib, even if I'm not swapping it out, just to make sure that it is not damaged or worn down. It doesn't have any sharp edges. And then I also make sure to clean it off with either rubbing alcohol or a water with a little bit of soap solution, just to get off any dirt and debris and finger oils that might build up on the Apple Pencil tip and kind of make it so it doesn't work or perform as well as it could. And after trying out both the Bersem and the Mobdik, I am convinced that both of these are the same screen protector. From blind feel comparison, I really cannot tell the difference. At first, I thought that one of them was slightly more resistance than the other, but both of them seem to have more resistance than the Paperlike, and it has more of a texture of like actual paper versus the Paperlike where it has a really smooth and even texture. The Bersem and Mobdik have a little bit more gritty and almost a realistic paper where it has a grain to it, so more natural. That being said, for it being digital art, I don't really think there is a benefit from this if you're looking at it from a perspective of accuracy. And one other thing to keep in mind with the screen protectors is how fast they wear down the Apple Pencil nibs. In the past, I've found that screen protectors like Bersem and Mobdik that are harder with the more textured actually wear down the Apple Pencil nibs considerably faster. I will do a full test of this just to confirm, but that being said, these Apple Pencil nibs can add up over time. If you're going through even one Apple Pencil nib a month, and I've definitely seen some artists that do that, you can be spending $60 to $80 a year just on Apple Pencil nibs. So having a screen protector that doesn't cause extra wear and tear in that case would definitely be beneficial. And one thing you can do to reduce wear and tear on the Apple Pencil nib is to adjust the pressure curve in Procreate or whatever app you're using, as long as it has the pressure sensitivity features. This will help make it so you have to use a lot less pressure to get the same amount of pencil weight or whatever pressure sensitive brush that you're using. And if you want to find out more about pressure curve setting adjustments, you can check that out also on my channel. And overall, when it comes to feel with the Apple Pencil, I definitely prefer the Paperlike. However, Bersem and Mobdik both do what they say that they do as far as having that paper feel and texture. The next thing I wanted to test out was the viewing quality of each of the screen protectors. One of the biggest problems that any matte screen protector has is that it is going to add a level of distortion to the screen. This is just inherent with a matte screen protector, and all screen protectors are going to have a level of distortion. If you look really close at the screens, you can see that there is a level of grain added by all three of the screen protectors, and it seems like almost all of them are about the same. The Paperlike seems a little bit less, but the one thing that I did notice that was considerably more or noticeable on when I was recording was the parallax effect, and it is just when the light gets kind of trapped inside of the screen protector or the screen, and on the Bersem and Mobdik it definitely was more noticeable. And this was also something that when I used the screens for a little bit longer period of time testing them out, I found that using the Bersem and Mobdik, my eyes felt like they got a little bit more tired faster. And I think this is just due to the fact with parallax that when the light bounces around, it can be a little bit harder on your eyes. So that is something definitely to keep in mind. And one thing you can do to combat this is turn the brightness down of your screen. That being said, if you do plan on using your iPad where you're going to be staring at the screen for long periods of time, I would definitely recommend going with a screen protector that has the least amount of parallax. My overall review of the Paper Feel screen protectors from Bersem and Mobdik, as far as I can tell, they are identical to each other. And that being said, they're both good budget options for somebody that might want to try out a Paper Feel but don't want to spend all the money for a Paperlike. And I also think they're kind of intended for different uses. I would say the Paper Feel is definitely for somebody that is a lot more casual and not going to be using it for hours and hours on end. So maybe a student that's taking notes and wants a little bit more texture or something like that. But if you are using an iPad in a professional matter where you're going to be using it for 6 or 7 hours a day, doing, say, art, illustration, graphic design, I definitely think it is worth spending the extra money for the Paperlike. And just for the mere fact that you're not going to have as much parallax and it's a little bit easier on your eyes, as well as it's not going to wear down the Apple Pencil nibs as fast. That being said, I hope this video was helpful. If you do have any other questions, you can let me know in the comments. I'll also link all the screen protectors in the video description below. And I'll be posting more videos on iPads as well as tutorials on Procreate and more of my art. So definitely, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications for when I post my newest videos. And until next time, peace.